I'm Jillian Keenan, and I'm a writer in New York City. This is my first book. It's called Sex with Shakespeare, and it's about how Shakespeare saved my sex life, really, and helped me come to terms with my unusual sexual identity. As improbable as it might seem, Shakespeare helped me come to understand and even embrace my lifelong spanking fetish. Everyone agrees that Shakespeare captured human nature. Harold Bloom even proposed the theory that Shakespeare invented human nature. I felt so unnatural for so long. I felt that my sexuality made me sick or damaged or messed up in some way. And when I found myself reflected in the spectrum of Shakespeare's human nature, it made me consider for the first time that maybe I wasn't as unnatural as I feared. If there was room for me in Shakespeare's world, then maybe there was room for me in my own world too. I saw David Ivers play Caliban in a production of The Tempest at the Utah Shakespeare Festival in Cedar City, and it changed my whole life. He was an extraordinary performer, of course, but one thing he did in particular really stuck in my memory. He stuttered every time he came across a word that began with the letter M. And I thought there must be a reason. So I got a copy of The Tempest. It was my first copy of a Shakespeare play, and I read it, circling all of the M words that Caliban says. Because I was wondering, why M? Why would this actor always stutter on that letter, that specific letter? And as I circled M words, a picture came into focus. I realized that all of the painful and important things in Caliban's life start with the letter M. Mother, master, Miranda, man in the moon, murder. It was like solving a riddle. I was totally intoxicated. And I've been in love with Shakespeare ever since. What I respond to is always a personal connection to the work. Even if I don't agree with an interpretation of Shakespeare, or even if a character is performed in a way that's different than how I picture it in my imagination, if I feel that personal connection there, if I feel that Shakespeare speaks to the writer or academic or actor the way he does to me, then I'm totally satisfied. I'm tempted to say that there's no passage in Shakespeare that summarizes my book better. So I think that I love that passage just because I think it speaks really truthfully about the way that fantasy and magical realism interact with our lives. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies, that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold, that is the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty in a brow of Egypt. The poet's eye in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven, and as imagination bodies forth the form of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes, and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination, that if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or, in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed a bear. That's from A Midsummer Night's Dream, Act 5, Scene 1.